but I sort of made myself the promise that I had to finish the trilogy before I could go work on that, because I knew, and as it happened, I was completely right. As soon as I started working on BookFunnel, I haven't gone back to my writing since. I'm so busy writing code all day that writing fiction has not come back into the picture. But I did finish and publish a fantasy trilogy, and after that was when I jumped on the BookFunnel. And I felt like when I started it, I had set a goal that it was going to publish a trilogy, and I felt like I had to finish the story before I moved on to something else.
I found a place on the web this morning that referred to you as a demon coder. So you must be doing that well. and of course, as founder of BookFunnel, you started from that beginning in 2012, and now I've read that you're delivering 2 million ebooks a month for independent authors, right?
Yeah, and maybe even a little higher right now. When everybody's, I guess, because everybody's locked indoors with everything going on in the world, our authors have been busy little beavers, and our downloads are actually way up in the last few weeks. Authors, just, I wouldn't say trying to take advantage, but trying to look at the silver lining of a bad situation and say, hey, listen, we're all stuck at home. Here's a free copy of a book that you can read while we're all stuck at home waiting to get back to life. Sure. And we're doing a lot of downloads now.
One of the things that BookFunnel provides, one of your premier services, are landing pages. I'm not sure everyone understands that. Can you explain what you mean by a landing page?
Sure. So, you can go and build your own author website. I have one, damoncourtney.com. It hasn't been updated in years. Please don't go look at it. But I started off building that, and really now looking back, I didn't really need the full-blown website from the very beginning. What I really just needed was a sign-up or a landing page so that I could put a link in the back of my book that says, hey, if you enjoyed the book, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Click here to sign up for my newsletter and get a free short story. And that click here, wherever they click to, is going to take them to a landing page. It's a page literally that they land on. What you really want from that page is what they call in marketing speak, they call it a squeeze page. And they call it that because there is no place else to go on that page. So if you go to damoncourtney.com, there are links at the top that take you to the About Me and the About My Books and the contact page and all that sort of stuff. But when you send people through marketing efforts, when you send somebody to a page where you want them to do something, you want to reduce the number of things that they can do to one. So when you get to a landing page on a BookFunnel, there is only one thing to do. You can sign up and get the free book, or you can close the browser. That's it. There is no way to click away. We don't give you a link to the author's website. That's not your goal there. That's not what you're trying to do. And so you can build those landing pages on your own website. If you've built, damoncourtney.com and you have your own site, you can absolutely build those pages on your own site. But it's, even with WordPress, which WordPress is not as easy as a lot of people make it out to be. But even if you're building your own site, it can be a bit of a pain to get an actual page that is a squeeze page. So BookFunnel provides those landing pages for you so that you can quickly and easily just send a link to somebody and know that they're going to get a beautiful page. We feature your book cover really, really big and bold. If you have a tagline, and you should have a tagline for your book, and if you don't, you should really think about what the tagline for your book is. If you have a tagline, it's really big and bold and it's above the fold so that it hooks the reader, because just getting them to click, and especially if you're talking about organic traffic, people that have read a book, you've got a multi-book series, let's say, and they've read the first, maybe the second book, and maybe by the end of the second book, they think, I like this guy. Yeah, I'm going to go pick up that free short story. You don't have to do a lot to convince them to sign up. They were convinced by reading your books and by your writing that they now love. But if you're doing Facebook ads, if people kind of just stumbled across you in an anthology, a short story anthology or something like that, they may not be a fan, but they thought, free short story, sure, I'll pick it up. So they click through to go and look at that. But once they get to the page, you still have to, it's still marketing, right? You still have to treat it like they're not an automatic sell. So what can I do to convince them? Well, have a great book cover, have a great tagline, and have a great book description, and then people are going to click through. And that's what that landing page is really for. It's almost like a billboard on the web. It's a thing that you can hand out that says, here, you can go and sign up for my list and get a copy of my story here.
Hmm. You mentioned earlier the importance of email lists too, and BookFunnel can help people build their email lists as well, correct?
Yes. So we do all that landing page will do all the email collection for you. And if you sign up for MailChimp or MailerLite or any of a number of services that we integrate with, I think a dozen of them now, but there are many different services out there that do what you need it to do, which is essentially collect the reader's email address, keep a list for you, and then let you periodically email them. But our landing pages do the same thing. We will collect the reader email addresses for you, and our landing pages are actually pretty sharp. And they, especially if you're not going to go build your own website and do all that work yourself, our pages are really, really good at showing off your book. And that's the only thing that we show off on that page is that book. So once you have those landing pages, you can do that to start collecting that organic traffic. You absolutely should have a call to action or a CTA in marketing that is in the back of your book that says, hey, I hope you enjoyed the book. Go join my list, get a free story, get a free book, whatever it is that you're giving away. And then that's building that organic traffic. So readers that have actually read your books and have liked them, and now they want to click through and they say, yeah, I like this guy. I want to join his list. The other way that you can use BookFunnel is we have what we call group promotions, which is it's basically just a big bulletin board where you can find other authors in your genre. So let's say that you write space opera, science fiction. You can go, once you've signed up for BookFunnel, you can go to the board and say, hey, BookFunnel, notify me anytime there's a space opera, science fiction promo that comes up. And you will get an email every day, not every day that a new promo in space opera is posted, you'll get an email that says, hey, here's a new promotion in space opera. You click through and you read the description, you go, okay, that sounds like my books, that sounds really good. So you join in that promo with 20 or 30 other authors who also write space opera. Mm-hmm. So the beauty of that is that, especially if you're just starting out and you're just starting to build your list, everybody in that promo has their own list, some small, some really large. But everybody in that promo, they all write the same kinds of books that you write, meaning their readers, the readers that are on their lists, they all are predisposed to like the stuff that you're putting out there because they have said they joined those people's list, those authors, because they're space opera fans. Right. So by putting your book, and this is where I tell people that group promotions are great because you're working with other indie authors in your genre, exactly in your genre. And we're all sharing here. There isn't a reader out there in the world who reads a book by one space opera author and says, well, that's it. That's all the space opera for me this year. Like they're always, I read epic fantasy. I'm 4 books. I'm on the 4th book into a great 5-book series. And as soon as I finish that series, I am looking for the next epic fantasy series that I can devour. And that's what I want. So if I'm on several newsletters of epic fantasy authors that I really love, and when they recommend books or when they push me into a promo that says, hey, here's my books are in this promo. If you haven't read this book, you can get it for free from me. Also, there's some other great authors in here you might like. And so readers click through. And what's great about that is there's 2 things. Like I said, one, they're already predisposed to like the books that you're writing if you're targeting the right genre, if your stuff truly is space opera in this example. And 2, the kind of people that read other authors' newsletters and then click the links in those newsletters are the exact kind of people that you want to get onto your newsletter. And then
I would think that genre targeting has got to make the promotion 1,000 times more effective.
Yeah, and we have general promos. Somebody will do like a spring fling, and it just sort of welcomes to all. I would try to stick to the smaller promos that have 20 to 30 authors, and all of them are narrowly focused in your genre. And BookFunnel breaks it down by the sort of the standard genre categories. But even as you get in there, you might have somebody who says who puts the promo into the space opera genre. But even then, in their description, they say this one is for space opera, but it really is. It has to be lots of spaceship laser battles or something like that, right? Or no military space opera. This one is just for casual space opera. I don't know if you read like military sci-fi, military science fiction, that is a whole other genre. That's a whole other thing than just regular science fiction. And then of course you have like hard science fiction, which is completely different. The great thing is if you really narrowly focus and you keep your books focused and you join the promos that are narrowly focused to those genres, you're going to be hyper targeting the right kinds of readers.
Sure. BookFunnel also helps people distribute review copies, which I know I've always found a major pain. How do you do that?
So we actually built, it was, I think the second feature that we built after we built the initial book. So the initial BookFunnel was just the process of helping those readers get the books to their device. That was the initial push of how why BookFunnel was built, was to be able to help those readers who didn't understand the process of what they call side loading, so loading a book on the side. Once we got past that, then we started looking at our authors and what they were using us for and trying to build better features, things that would help them. And so I think one of the first features that we built, we called Certified Mail. And it's essentially, you give us the list of your ARC team email addresses. BookFunnel then sends an email to each one of them individually, an email that you craft. So you put together the email. We send them the email, and then in that email, each reader gets their own individual link and copy of the book. So it's not a landing page that's out there for the whole world to get your book. This is very targeted to just the people that you want to have a copy of that book. So you send each of them a copy of your book. They go and they download it. BookFunnel tracks all that data. We track who has opened and viewed that link. We track who has downloaded their book. We also tell you if you like a lot of data, we like data. If you like a lot of data, we tell you what device they downloaded it to, what formats they downloaded. You can see that, they have a Kindle Paperwhite and they downloaded it, obviously the Mobi format, to their Kindle. We give you all that sort of data, and then we do, you can optionally send out a reminder. So if you set your advanced campaign to 2 weeks and say, hey, listen, everybody, in 2 weeks, my book is going to be released. Please, if you can, everybody read it and have your reviews ready to go on launch day. Well, then 1 week into the campaign, you can send out a reminder that says, hey, if you haven't downloaded your copy, don't forget to get it. There's a week left. Then you can also set a follow-up email that happens after the campaign is ended and sends out a reminder to everybody on the day the book is published and says, hey, the book is up on Amazon and Goodreads and BookBub. Click here to go fill out your reviews, and everybody go leave your reviews. And BookFunnel handles the information and handles sending all those emails and everything out for you so that you don't have to bother with all that stuff.
And if you want to distribute books as gifts, same principle, I would think, right?
Yeah, we actually have a feature called Gift a Book that is like certified mail to one person. You can put in their email address, you put in their name, a brief little message, and then pick the book that you want to send them, and BookFunnel will send them an email that hands them their link. We have a lot of nonfiction authors who like that because you can do it. You can actually do it from your mobile phone. So they'll go to conferences, and as they're walking around talking to people, if you're nonfiction and you meet anybody who might be interested in the thing that you write nonfiction about, you want to give them a copy of your book almost immediately. And so you can just pull up your phone and go, hey, what's your email address? I'll send you a copy. Tap, 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 and boom, you send them a copy.
Mm-hmm. One of the other book funnel features that I got to mention, because this could be so valuable, depending upon where somebody is in their independent writing career, is order fulfillment. Talk about that, please.
So we built that a couple of years ago. That's about a week after we opened our doors, we got our first feature request for sales delivery. So authors, now that they had the ability to deliver ebooks to anybody's device, they really wanted, I want to sell my own books. And I resisted it for a long time because I really didn't think that it would be, I kind of thought it would be a waste of time. I didn't think that readers would really want to buy directly from authors. Now, of course, I think that's silly. I buy directly from authors that I love all the time. I have authors that I follow, and they do Kickstarters when they release their books. I sign up for every Kickstarter. Well, that's what it is. You're basically pre-buying a book that hasn't been created yet. We have authors that use Patreon, and BookFunnel integrates with Patreon. We have authors that have patrons that follow them who are basically saying, I'll pay you $5 for anything that you publish. But at the time I thought, sales is a waste of time, not worth doing. And then ultimately I built it so that just people would stop bothering me about it. And I'm happy to say I was really, really wrong. We've sold hundreds of thousands of books. Now, we don't do the sales. The way that we built it is, the point is that you're going to sell from your website or from your ebook store, and BookFunnel will step in to do the delivery part. So we're not there to take the money. The nice thing about that is we don't take a cut of the money. Every sale that you make, all the money, minus the small transaction fee that everybody has to pay, all the money goes directly to you. We don't take any cut of that. We just deliver the ebook. As far as I'm concerned, we